This is a video from a few weeks ago. I went on a trip to North Carolina with a few friends. I have had a set of friends I have been traveling with since 2018. We normally rent abandoned so-called haunted locations and spend a couple days all alone, just us. We did a girls-only trip this time. I started doing this before I did this YouTube channel. Leo generally stays home and watches our elderly dogs, the same as I do when he camps and does what he does. It's just the way we have to do things sometimes. We came here to try and see the famous brown lights that have been in this area for who knows how long. The story of the brown lights, or brown mountain lights as they were first called, runs deeper than the hills themselves. Long before headlights and highways cut through the Carolina mountains, people were already whispering about the glowing orbs that rise from the ridges and float into the night sky. Some call them lanterns, others call them spirits. To those who've seen them, they are something you never forget. Native Americans in the area told of spirit fires, lights carried by the souls of warriors killed in battle, forever searching for their lost brothers. The Catawba people were among the first to speak of them, flickering lights that danced along the mountaintops after great bloodshed, moving like souls that refused to rest. To them, the lights were sacred, messengers of the dead, a warning or remembrance. One version of the story says that after a massive battle between warring tribes, Indian women went out at night carrying torches and oil lamps, searching through the ravines and brush for the bodies of their husbands and sons. Those lamps, the legend says, never went out. Even now they appear as glowing orbs that wander the slopes, reliving that night of grief and devotion. But over time, another legend took hold, the one that haunts the mountains still. It tells of a slave and his master who went hunting on Brown Mountain long before the Civil War. They were caught in a sudden storm, the kind that sweeps in without warning. The master never came back. Night after night, his servant returned with a lantern, calling and searching through the fog, his light bobbing up and down the slopes. When he too died, folks said his spirit kept searching, and that was what people were seeing. A ghostly lantern carried by a man who never stopped looking for his lost master. That story stayed alive through song and word of mouth. Country singer Tommy Fail even recorded the legend of the Brown Mountain Light in the 1950s, retelling the tale of that loyal soul who searches still, his lantern glowing across the ridges. The first printed reports of the lights go back to the early 1900s. One 1910 newspaper article described strange, moving lights seen by railroadmen near Linville Gorge, North Carolina. Mysterious globes that hovered above the mountain, bright enough to be seen from miles away. Later papers followed suit, each with its own headline trying to explain what the locals already accepted as fact. The lights are real. Scientists have offered theories for more than a century. Some say the phenomenon is piezoelectric energy, natural electric discharge from quartz rock under pressure in the mountains. Others blame marsh gas or reflections of car headlights bouncing through the valleys. But the strange part is, those scientific explanations only account for a few sightings, not the ones seen long before electricity, before cars ever reached those hills. The U.S. Geological Survey even investigated in 1922 and again in 1971. They concluded most lights could be attributed to man-made sources. But locals weren't convinced. They pointed out that soldiers during the Civil War and travelers before them all described the same phenomenon. Lights rising from the same spots on the mountain, changing color from white to red to blue, floating silently like spirits in the mist. A few researchers think they might be related to ball lightning or plasma-like energy fields caused by geological strain. But for most people who stand under the stars at the Brown Mountain overlook or along the Blue Ridge Parkway, the theories don't matter. Maybe it's science, maybe it's faith, maybe it's memory burning in the air. What we know is that they've been seen for as long as anyone can remember, by soldiers, by settlers, by scientists and skeptics and dreamers. And even now, more than 100 years after that 1910 article, people still drive up the dark mountain roads hoping to catch the sight of one. The world falls silent, and out across the ridge, a light stirs, as if one soul is still out there, lantern in hand, searching for the dead through the endless night. What's interesting is I didn't go thinking I'd actually see any, but I was hopeful. I got more than I hoped for, but not in the way I wanted. Wow. This is so pretty. Smells like wood in here. Stink bug. Oh wow, it's almost scary out here. Woo. I am in Marion, North Carolina, and the overlook I'm at now is actually where we're staying. We got this place in Airbnb right here. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. Down here is Linville Falls.
They are locked. I don't know exactly how they work. They're locked.
Look at the leaves falling. They're so pretty right here.
Right here for just a minute.
This is a really scary drop off here. Ooh. This is where I made a mistake. I didn't film the first night because I didn't expect to see the lights in this area. It wasn't mentioned that you could see them from this location, so I wasn't sure what we were actually seeing. And I thought because we were going to an official brown light overlook the next day, we would film them. So all these amazing lights we saw, we didn't record. It was something I'll always regret. Maybe I'll have to come back again with Leo. So we've been sitting out on the deck talking, and what's really cool is we've been seeing some really weird lights up here in the mountain, and there's no cars going by up there or anything, but there's definitely weird things that look like lanterns and orange flames, and it's just now and then, but it's like people walking with lanterns. It's really, really neat. I don't even think you're supposed to see brown mountain lights from here, but there's definitely something going on up there. It's really interesting, and it's like it kind of makes you want to go explore and see what they are. And the old Indian legend is that it'll lure you into the woods, and that you'll become so entranced with it that you'll just kind of disappear looking for it. And I can kind of see where that came from, you know. It's kind of hypnotizing for sure. see, Linville Gorge from Brown Mountain Overlook. There was a lot of people and cars. It actually felt sort of unsafe in ways, just the vibe it had. We started to wonder why we didn't just stay at the cabin and watch the hillside again and be safe and comfortable. So we headed back to the cabin. Jonas Ridge. All right. I'm just gonna click. We stopped and got a Hunt's Brothers pizza and headed back. When we were getting everything set up, we did see more lights and got excited, but once we were recording, we didn't see anything. About midnight, we started to come in. It was very cold and was drizzling rain on and off. We hadn't got anything, but just then we saw a light and managed to catch the tail end of it.
It's up here, up on top of the ridge. Look, Heather. It's gone now.
Up close, it's two lights that come in like a mist and seem to connect before turning back to mist. Pretty amazing if you ask me, so I'm sorry I dropped the ball on this one. To be 100% clear, this is not a car. This is a light of unknown origin on top of a mountain with nothing on it. This is what people have been talking about for centuries. This is it.
It's up here, up on top of the ridge. Look, Heather.